Hello all sentient beings and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers! On this episode of Transmissions, pre-orders go up for Transformers Generations Shattered Glass Jetfire. Funko Pop is releasing some G1 figures, and get ready all you pinheads because we're getting some Transformers pin sets. Today is Wednesday, July 21st, 2021, and this is episode 443 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that is ready to settle the Unicron versus Galactus debate with the new HasLab figure. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
Creator, producer, and star of Empire of Rust, Editor Mike.
I am putting my money on Galactus.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Well, Mike, I think I'm going to have to take the Unicron on this one, because pretty sure Unicron can take all his planet parts off and wrap them around Galactus. So you're going to lose there. Let's talk Transformers.
I think Galactus is just going to suck the energy on right out of Unicron. So you know what? Let's do it.
Galactus is going to suck, all right.
I now have the mental image of that animated Unicron. Was it like Galvatron with Unicron around him or something? Mm-hmm. But with Galactus.
Balloon Galvatron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Oh, ooh. Okay.
As always, we started the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who give us money on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you so much for continuing to support the show. You help keep it going, and we really appreciate it. And we've got big news this week because we have not only a new Donatreon, not only a very, very generous person. This person joined up out of the blue at this, no prior history. They're coming in hot. A new masterpiece Donatreon, Demon Tech 82. You are awesome, amazing. Thank you so much for joining up as a masterpiece Donatreon, and you're on the Discord too. So I hope you're hanging out and come listen to the show live when you get a chance.
Oh my God, here we go. We got new masterpiece Donatreon. I'm so happy. Hey, boys, do you think that I can get out of Siberia for a little bit? Can I come back to America and see the wonderful people, the smiling faces of all you Americans?
The border's still closed. Sorry.
Not for me. I can get in. I find my way in through Canada. It's very easy.
You can stay with me for a couple of days.
Oh, fantastic, Mike. You're such a good person. Have you heard of this Russian television, Mike? I show you. I bring VHS tapes.
No.
I've been trying to get transmissions on this Russian TV. Russia Today is the name of the show, but it's fantastic. I bring VHS. You have VCR. Is new technology here in Russia. Is fantastic. You don't have to watch the show live. You tape it on the tape. It's wild.
Might be a bit too pricey for my blood, If it's new technology.
That's why I bring it. I bring the tapes. You don't have to buy the tapes. You just buy the VCR. You will hear about it soon. So this new Donatreon, we got all this.
You might
this
need the
money
Red Guardian to break you out.
Oh, Red Guardian! This guy is a buffoon. He's stuck in the jail. He needs his little girls to come get him out. Buffoon is stupid. He's a big muscle-bound barbarian. I don't know.
Are we
guy.
still talking about the Donatreon?
Trying to.
This is true. We got to get back to Danny, this fantastic man, Danny. I love this new masterpiece Donatreon. He's so great. I love him.
Demon Tech 82, thank you so much for your contribution.
Yes, Demon Tech. Demonetech. Oh my God. Demonetech 82.
I guess we have you to thank for Russian Yoshi's return. Sadly.
You want more
Can we
of
get Daryl
me?
back?
You want more of me? We have the entire show. more of me. This is the best way to have me. More Donatrians come in, and we'd have me nonstop, beginning to end.
You'd gain a Russian Yoshi, but you'd lose a Big C, a Jeremy, and a Mike.
I don't want to do that. You guys are my best friends. You don't like me? What is? Oh.
You can do the show with Daryl. You guys together. You can do a show by yourselves. That'll be fun.
He's an idiot. I don't want him. He pretends to be toy boy, and he does not know nothing about these things. He does know nothing. Everyone else knows more. I don't want to talk with him. He's fool.
Speaking of Daryl, didn't you pass him on the way in?
No, I had my boys take him out. They're giving him once over.
Oh boy.
Whoa, hey. Hey, this is a children's show.
No, it's not.
Are you little kid? Are you little kid, Mike? Do I have to describe for you what once over is?
We're childish, but we're not a show for children.
I'm merely a child in these matters.
It's not that bad.
Right.
We just punch him once in the face, once in his belly. He's got a big belly. He's not even going to feel it. It's not bad at all. And then we just send him back in here when I'm done. It's not bad. He like it.
All right, Russian Yoshi, we gotta move on with the show. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, fantastic! I have open invitation. It's great. I'll come back whenever you want me.
Only if we get another Masterpiece Donatron.
Oh, okay, everybody, you hear them. Masterpiece Donatrions or nothing. You want nothing but Masterpiece Donatrions from here on out. Bye.
Goodbye. Daryl, you back?
Oh, guys, what the hell? What the hell was that?
You all right there? You look kind of beat up there, bud.
In the face. They're laughing. It's ridiculous. Can we talk about Transformers or something, please? I gotta move on.
Let's go on. Speaking of awesome podcasts, have you heard about this show, Empire of Rust, the first and only live play Transformers RPG podcast? Because they've got 54 episodes. This week was episode 54, The Bot That Got Away. This just came out this Monday, so it should already be in your feeds. If you're subscribed to the main Transmissions feed, it goes there automatically. If not, you can go to transmissionspodcast.com/rust, and that's where you can get all the episodes. And we're getting closer to the big season finale showdown of Empire of Rust. So only 2 more episodes after this one. And things are heating up. There was a really awesome moment in this episode that I really enjoyed. And Mike, I got to commend you. I mean, not only the whole role-playing scenario and what your players did, and then the sound effects that you added to it, the ambiance, I thought everything really came together nicely. So I'm excited to see what your listeners think of this latest episode. This is a pretty good one.
I'm pretty certain I know the point you're talking about. And yeah, that was pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting him to go that road, but you know what? Yeah, you know that's what you gotta do. You just gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah, I mean, I got it. Your players get an A for creativity and you know, just a super awesome solution to you had them in a pretty what I thought was a pretty serious no-win scenario, and they got their way out of it in a very inventive way. So yeah, that was exciting.
If there's one thing I can trust these guys to do is if I put them in a situation that seems like there's no way out, no solution, I can guarantee you they will find a solution. It's one thing I am not worried about.
All right. And that's not that. I mean, that was a high point, but that was not the only exciting point of the episode. So there, you know, that was at the beginning, but then towards the end, more action and exciting turns happened. So everyone, take a listen. Empire of Rust. Of course, you might want to start at episode 1. If you haven't already been listening, you can go back to episode 1. But there's 54 episodes there for you to enjoy, and yeah, just a couple more weeks, about I guess 4 more weeks, and we'll be at the season finale. So keep listening.
Season 1 is a good starting point. Yes.
Yeah. All right, and even more content this week because Transformers: War for Cybertron Kingdom is coming out. It's just a couple of weeks away. It's on July 30th. And we've got our spoiler-free review. The embargo is July 22nd. So we've got a review going up on July 22nd. You can check that out. We have a special guest joining us for this review. So we got our good friend Ant from TFU.info to join us and talk about War for Cybertron Kingdom. And yeah, it was we give our impressions so you guys can hear our first impressions, and then you'll have to wait a bit to see the show in another week or so, but it's coming. And then when the show does come out, we do have our full spoiler-filled review, again with Ant from TFU.info. And we've got a special interview with the showrunners, FJ DeSanto and Matt Murray. So this is a tradition we've done after every season of War for Cybertron. We've gotten FJ DeSanto to come down and talk with us. And then we had Matt Murray come join us for Earthrise, and he's back for Kingdom. So you want to know all the behind-the-scenes scoop and all the motivation between what decisions they made to have the show come together and how all the, everything was weaved together. You can listen for that. But of course, go watch the show first on Netflix before you listen to the interview and to our spoiler-filled review. So both of those will be up either on July 30th or directly after July 30th. So you guys can have access right after you watch the show. So.
And I made it on the interview this time too, so you guys can hear me and FJ duke it out.
Yes, the final confrontation between FJ DeSanto and Mike. From the beginning when Mike gave his review on Siege and pissed FJ off real bad, and we have the final confrontation. So
scathing review.
Look forward to that. All right, and also just because we got lucky and for some reason Netflix likes us, we also got access to the Masters of the Universe Revelation series, and that is coming out earlier on July 23rd, but we've got our spoiler-free review available a couple days early when the embargo ends, so you can listen to us talk about Masters of the Universe Revelation. It's not Transformers, but, we're kids of the 80s. We liked He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, too. So, this was a show we were interested in. So,
yeah. And this is the Kevin Smith one, because there's multiple He-Man projects. This is the one Kevin Smith is behind.
Okay. I didn't know there were other He-Man projects coming out soon, but yeah.
Not related to this one.
Okay. Well, yeah, so check this out. Yeah, Kevin Smith produced this one. Really interesting what they did with Masters of the Universe. So I think we'll definitely have some thoughts about this. And check that out. And we'll have links to all these things when the shows are up. So we'll have YouTube versions and podcast versions, so you can listen. You can either watch us or listen. All right, now we've got some toys to talk about, so let's jump right in.
All right, and I'm not going to waste any time because I want to talk about probably some of the biggest news of last week, and that was that the next HasLab project for Transformers has been teased, and they are going to go with something from the Victory line. So Transformers Victory was a Japanese toy line and show that existed back in 1989, I believe. Yeah, 1989. And like I said, it was Japanese only, and it was not a big line. I think it was one season of a TV show, but it was a really small toy line. And they are teasing that the next HasLab project is going to be from this line. It has been rumored for quite some time that the project is going to be a Victory Saber. So that's Star Saber with Victory Leo in a set to form Victory Saber. So it could quite possibly be that. But there's also the possibility that it could be a few of these other figures from this line. I personally would like it to be something other than Victory Saber, just because they did a Masterpiece Star Saber not too long ago, and then a third-party company called KFC put out a figure called Simba that works perfectly as a Victory Leo and merges to form Victory Saber, and it's just great. So there are a couple other ones here, and I'm just looking through the complete toy line of Victory, and thought I'd throw it out here just to see what other people kind of think about it. You've got the Road Caesar Combiner, which is blacker, laster, and braver, and they could be a set, a really interesting HasLab combiner. They could also put forth Lio Kaiser. That would be pretty awesome if you got a HasLab Lio Kaiser. There's also Dino King, one of the combiners, I think the only combiner that has not been done through Combiner Wars and the Titan line is Monstructor, which in Japan in the Victory line was Dino King. So this could actually finish off the combiners if they did Dino King. And then there's also Deathsaurus in this line as well. So there are some heavy hitting characters in this line. Not to mention a couple repainted Pretenders in Black Shadow, which in North America here we know as Sky Shadow, because he didn't keep that name. I can't remember why he changed it, but it's Sky Shadow here now, and he's been rebuilt and redone a couple times in new toy form. And then there's Blue Baracus, and that is a repaint of what is he? I can't remember, but yeah, it's Crossblades. Yeah, Crossblades. So,
but this is Blue Bacchus. Blue Baracus pities the fool.
Oh. Right. Very funny joke, Jeremy.
That was awesome. I loved it.
So I want to go around and just kind of see, pending it not being Victory Saber, what does everyone kind of see here as a possible for the next HasLab project? Mike.
The only thing that I can even consider for this is the Victory Saber set. I really can't imagine this being anything else.
Oh wait, you misinterpreted the rules of this little exercise. I said not Victory Saber.
But that's the only thing that makes any sense. But if I were to pick something, oh man, it really is a tough one, because I can almost guarantee it's going to be a Victory Saber set. But if I could pick one just out of the blue, I would probably say I would love a Lio Kaiser set.
Okay.
I know we kind of had that with Combiner Wars. We had some recolors and some repaints for it. But I mean, a really nice, high quality Lio Kaiser set I think would be really great. And yeah, so I highly suspect it's gonna be a Victory Saber, but Lio Kaiser, I can get behind that.
Right on. Yeah, no, that's a very cool one. I have always kind of wanted a really nice Lio Kaiser, and the third-party options that have come out have been really nice looking, but there's always that one piece that's kind of shit, and it's always kind of kept me away from jumping on board those. Charles, what do you see as a potential where you cannot pick Victory Saber?
Victory Saber.
I think Deathsaurus is a good candidate. I mean, it could be made into a pretty large figure, and it's got the kaiju connection. I mean, kaiju are kind of in these days. We just had Godzilla versus Kong. We've had they're in the zeitgeist. So I would say, make it a Godzilla looking figure that also turns into a robot and has, other different gimmicks and stuff. Like, was Deathsaurus like the breast former thing? So he could have little mini robots that clip onto his chest or whatever.
That's right. Yeah, he was a double pretender. Or not,
Yeah, so,
double Target Master.
Double. Yeah. Okay.
No.
A double breastmaster.
Double breastmaster. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, you got it. I was searching for it there. I'd eventually landed on it.
That and zero.
All of these things are, the challenge is always none of these really came over to the West, like as mainline figures. These are all going to be niche products that, I struggle to see how they're going to get enough backers to, for whatever they're putting out. Unicron I thought was the easiest because it's like, okay, it's Transformers the movie, everyone remembers that. It's you can say it's the biggest Transformer ever. All those boxes are things like casual fans are going to remember. But any of these things from this toy line, these are all Japanese exclusives, so it's going to be a challenge to get enough backers for these things. So I'm curious as to what their thoughts are on why they're picking this. This is because this is not going to be something that's super well known for casual Transformers fans. But maybe I guess the Transformers fans who are plunking down $500 or $600 for a Kickstarter are not casual, so it doesn't matter.
That's right.
So, but yeah, I would say Deathsaurus is a good pick. Liokaiser is also a good pick. But I do agree with Mike that Victory Saber is probably the most likely.
Well, I can tell you the rest of the rumor was that, yes, the Victory Saber does appear to be the one that everyone seems to be leaning on. But the other half of that rumor is that the price point appears to be somewhere in the range of $250 to $350 US. So a significant drop in price when compared to the Unicron, which, it's a big deal. That, I think, was a big sticking point with a lot of people when they were looking at Unicron. One, he is massive, right? Very large. And, where do you put something, in your house that large? Two, he was really expensive. And, and all of the subsequent HasLab projects, non-Transformers, have all been much cheaper, in and around that $250 to $350 price range. I think the Sentinel that they did for X-Men was $350, maybe even $250. And this new one, the one that they're talking about, the Galactus one, I think is around $250 as well. I'd have to look at it again, but yeah. So, they know that the market works best at a smaller price scale, and I think that's probably what they're going to keep it at. Jeremy, where do you see the possibility for this next figure to be?
Now I can't get the idea of a blue BA Brachus out of my head. I agree. It will likely be Victory Saber, which I'm not a fan of because, like you said, we just got the Masterpiece. Mm-hmm. I really would like it to be a Deathsaurus. I think that would be a good complement for the Masterpiece Victory Saber. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at the G1 toy right now, and it's got lots of shiny bits. It said it came with die-cast metal, which is rare for a late G1 toy. And it just, for a G1 toy that is not going to have a lot of articulation and stuff, it looks really cool. And I could just see modern engineering put towards this, and you can have a really great looking kaiju transformer. And that's just something I really want to see. Mm-hmm. And I think we've seen some third-party Deathsauruses over the years, but I would like to see an official one. When you look at what HasLab has done for the other franchises, we had the Jabba sail barge. Did G.I. Joe have any?
I don't think so.
We had Unicron. We had the Cookie Monster that didn't happen. Fund.
There's been the Sentinel. And we've got the Galactus now, and we've got and there was the other Mandalorian
Razor
one, right?
Crest.
Oh yeah, and the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
Oh, Hero Quest too. They did a Hero Quest reprint, the board game.
Yeah, the game.
Nobody cares about that, Mike.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Except me.
I'm thinking if you look at everything that's been done, it's always been something that you haven't really been able to get otherwise.
Right.
I mean, I know you've had Sentinels before, but not at the scale that they did.
Right.
And since they did just do a Star Saber fairly recently, I really hope it's a Death Source. I think that would it would look cool. You would get the kaiju, fan base on board. It would be big in Japan. I see lots more positives for that over a Star Saber.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tend to agree with you guys that Deathsaurus seems to be the front runner in my mind, as opposed to obviously Victory Saber. It just seems to fit the possible price point that I think is floating around. I know that if I could pick my own, that I would love a new Road Caesar. There was a third-party one that came out. I think it was from TFC Toys, I think. They're the ones who put it out. But I didn't go in on that. I kind of flaked on that one. But if I could get a brand new Road Caesar that was just modern engineering and just looked amazing, I would be really into that. But I tend to agree. We've seen a lot of Deathsaurus recently in the comics. And, he's featured fairly heavily and had his own little Galaxies run. And he did feature pretty prominently in the previous incarnation of IDW as well. And you're right. Deathsaurus is just one of those figures that he can stand alone on his own as a really awesome character. But he also fits in with one of those, as one of those characters that he's not going to get a mainline release. You're not going to see a Deathsaurus on the shelves of Walmart, but he's too big of a character to get like a Selects release as well. But he's not big enough to get a Titan class figure. So Deathsaurus kind of fits in with this. So he's going to get a premium as fuck character or figure through this, through this line. And they're going to do it right. So if it's not Victory Saber, I'm going to throw my weight behind Deathsaurus, because that would be really fucking cool. But yeah, that's all I had to talk about this week. Jeremy, what do you got?
Oh, I got some convention exclusives. San Diego Comic-Con is virtual this year, but we have some exclusives that have been announced in the last week. These are some collectible pins. This is by Icon Heroes, and to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the 86 movie, they are doing a Hot Rod and Ultra Magnus pin based off of the original box art for both of the characters. I think these look really cool. I looked at some of their other pins. They looks like they do pretty high quality pins. This is a 2-pack and it's $35 plus shipping. So that's a little pricey, but I think for a convention exclusive, that's probably what you're going to get. And then they also have a Grimlock Silver Sword letter opener that is also $35. And basically it looks like Grimlock's sword. It's 5 inches long. It's a letter opener. So if you want a little 5-inch Grimlock sword, to play with, that's also a convention exclusive. So what do you guys think about these? I mean, they're obviously not really toys, not really, transforming or anything, but it's what you would see at conventions from, we've had like the Han Cholo stuff before, but Daryl, what do you think of these? I know you're not one to pick up stuff like this, but
yeah, this is kind of out of my wheelhouse. I remember my mother having a letter opener, and I never really used it, maybe to play around with and maybe stab my brother with a couple of times, but I never really did anything with it. Pins, I don't do anything with pins at all. I like them. They look cool with the old box art on them. And, they're neat. I'd want to know if if Grimlock could hold the sword, but it looks like it's something that would be pretty heavy.
Yeah, it might be a little bit too big for the hole in his hand.
Yeah, these are things that I could easily walk past in the convention and save my money.
Okay. Mike, how about you? You collect pins?
No, not really. I mean, the artwork is neat and everything, but I mean, even if I just passed by them at a con, I don't think I'd end up picking them up, and certainly not for the price that they're selling it for. I mean, they're neat for what they are, but definitely a pass for me. The letter opener honestly is kind of appealing. I actually do have a letter opener, and I do use it, so that's kind of cool. I'm just. It would have to be an impulse buy, and it would have to be pretty inexpensive. But I'm not opposed to it. It's kind of neat looking. So yeah.
Right. And Charles, I imagine you at least have a letter opener, right?
No, I do not.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean these are pretty much easy passes for me too. I mean, the amount of mail I get, I don't think we're getting to the point where we're not going to need letter openers in the future. There's not a lot of mail, not getting a lot of mail
every
these
day.
days.
It's a lost art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean these are curiosities, but yeah, I mean I don't have any use for these things. I mean I mean, first of all, Grimlock. The cool thing about Grimlock is that he's a robot dinosaur. If I have, it's like, look, this is the sword that robot dinosaur holds. Nobody cares about that. That it's a letter opener. It's you can't even it's not like the sword looks like a T-Rex. It's just a sword. And then the pins are nice. I mean the box art, the original box art for Hot Rod and Ultra Magnus is cool, but yeah, I mean they're pins, and $35 for 2 pins is a lot. So, yeah, not for me.
Maybe this other thing might be for all of you, since apparently you guys can't appreciate a good letter opener, except for Mike. Funko is going to have a virtual FunCon this year, August 4th through 6th, and they have an exclusive Shockwave as a convention exclusive for this. There will be a lottery system to get it, just like they did with their Grimlock. And we have art here of what it's going to look like. And then we have it also next to a G.I. Joe Bat figure that they're also apparently going to have. I'm not the biggest Funko collector, but I know that there are many, many Funko collectors. And I imagine that this is going to be pretty hard to get because, Shockwave is a popular character, and this looks like a, pretty good Shockwave, non-transforming figure. And it doesn't have the thing that I really hate about the Funko figures, which is the creepy eyes. So, I don't know. If I were a Funko collector, I would definitely try to get this. Charles, what do you think about this? You are a big non-transforming figure collector, right?
I mean, I wouldn't use the word bigot, but yes, I am not a fan of non-transforming figures. Non-transforming Transformers are not for me, but I do not hold any irrational hatred
bigot.
of them.
I said you're a big non-transforming.
Just let him have this. Just let him have it.
No, well, not that either. So I neither like nor hate them. But this Funko Pops are not for me either. I do appreciate that this does not have the dead eyes that most Funko Pops have, so that's good. Also, for the collectors out there who are interested in this, apparently this is not only going to be at this FunCon event, but it will also be a Target exclusive in the U.S.
Oh, did not see that.
So, yeah, I just saw that was also a second story. So, yeah, so if you miss it at FunCon on August 4th, you can maybe pick it up at Target at some point in the future.
Or maybe get beat by the bots.
Yeah, that's more likely.
Yeah, all right. Well, Daryl, I know that you're also not a big Funko collector. I don't even know why I chose these topics.
I don't even know.
But
Do you know what show you're on, Jeremy?
Yeah, what the hell, Jeremy?
I saw convention exclusives, and I thought the pins were awesome, and I needed something else to talk about.
Yeah, these are passable for me. I'm not a big collector of really any Funko Pop stuff, so these are cool. I've seen them in Toys R Us here in London, but as far as the exclusive ones, I don't think those ones are here. Yeah, they're cool for those who like them, but I am not one of those.
All right, Mike, I think you're more cultured than these two. What do you think of this Funko Pop Shockwave?
I'm sorry to say, dude, I don't have any Funko Pops at all. My wife's got one. It's all right. And you know what? I'll agree with you. The lack of dead eyes or weird looking eyes on the human-esque Funko Pops, not having that's a big plus in this thing's column. But yeah, it's Funko Pops. It's just not a rabbit hole that I really want to go down, because I've seen people with Funko Pop problems, Funko problems, we'll call them.
Yeah.
So easy pass for me, but you know what? I mean, look, it looks kind of cool. I don't think anyone can be a completist with Funko Pop, but if you're trying to be like a Transformers completist with Funko Pop, being able to get a hold of this is probably going to be a problem for people.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, that's all I got this week. Mike, what do you have?
Well, back on the subject of transforming robots, we got our first look at Shattered Glass Jetfire. So this is going to be a repaint of the Siege Jetfire, the Commander class Jetfire. It's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and it's going to be, well, I mean, it's a bit on the pricey side, but I think it's right around the same price as the original Jetfire figure was. It's going to be around $92 or so. I don't have the Siege Jetfire. I passed on it, but I mean, the color scheme on this guy really does look kind of cool, with the blacks and the dark purple to it, and that one kind of like big like neon green highlight stripe going through it when he has his armor on, which is kind of cool. So I will say that I do like the look. I definitely like the look. It's probably going to be a pass because I already passed on the original, and I'm not going to spend the money on a Shattered Glass repaint. But yeah, Charles, why don't we start off with you on this one? What do you think? Is this going to be a get for you? Because I mean, this is transforming, so you're already starting at an advantage here.
It does transform. That is a plus. That's a plus favor in its column. But the price point is actually higher than the original Jetfire Commander class. The original one was retailed for $80, so this is $12 more than the regular Commander class Jetfire.
Such a weird markup, just $12, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Got to pay for the comic.
The $4 comic costs $12. But I do. The color scheme is nice. I think maybe Jeremy can appreciate the Nemesis Prime colors. I think that's what it reminded me of.
Just wait till trips to the store.
But yeah, it's not for me. I mean, I am not really a Shattered Glass fan. And I passed on the original Jetfire just like you, Mike. So I'm not picking this one up. But yeah, if you're big into Shattered Glass, I guess you can complete the set with all these figures here. But not for me.
What about you, Daryl? Do you have any Shattered Glass stuff?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
No, I'm not a fan of Shattered Glass, so no, I don't think I do. I don't think I have any. That's no, I don't. I'm just looking at the Scorponok that Charles brought me back from BotCon, and that is not a Shattered Glass Scorponok. So, no, I do not have a single piece of Shattered Glass in this entire collection, and I'm not sorry about that. I'm not a big fan of the Shattered Glass universe. But no, I like the Jetfire mold. I have the original. I think if you want this, then you're going to enjoy it, I guess. There's some really cool characters. This is the 5th and final, right? So we've got all 5 characters now picked. Yeah, if you like this, then you've got some really cool characters to buy. You're going to spend a lot of money getting all these guys together. But yeah, I think it looks good. It's a cool figure, and you'll enjoy it.
And Jeremy, round us out on here. So you love Nemesis Prime. This looks just like Nemesis Prime if he were a jet.
Somewhat, a little bit more green. I think it looks fantastic. I'm not picking up any of these figures as of yet. I passed on the original Jetfire just for cost reasons. I'm going to pass on this one for cost reasons as well. But I think it looks great. They did a really good job with this Jetfire, and just the colors, like the purples and the blacks and the greens. It all works really well in how this thing looks. I mean, this is probably a figure, or not this one, the original is probably one I'm going to have to pick up at some point in the future, but I probably wouldn't get the Shattered Glass one just because it's the markup, and the secondary market on this is going to be crazy. But he looks great.
I do agree with you. I think at some point in the future, I might have to track down a Jetfire just because everyone keeps on raving about how good it is. But I'm going to agree with you. The color scheme on this really is good looking. I mean, Shattered Glass has been kind of hit or miss for me in terms of like how the figures look. I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. I will pass on pretty much all of them. But Hasbro really hit the color scheme out of the park on this one. So this was a really good choice on their part.
Yeah, well, and I will say that if you'll see trips to the store this week, you'll see probably inspiration for this figure in some of the design choices.
Spoilers. All right, well, that's good. I got one other small little topic that I want to talk about, and this is my anger at Canada right now because out in Canada, the Ark has been spotted in retail. And my pre-order is still saying a few months down the line, and I really want the Ark, and I'm super pissed. Daryl, your comments.
Well, I mean, you're near Trois-Rivières, Quebec. Why don't you go up there and get one?
It's like a friggin' 10-hour drive. It's not quite near.
The border's still closed.
He just gets to the border and says, I need to get across for my Transformers.
You would be spending more in gas that would make up for the exchange rate.
They're all coming. Don't you worry. Just because we got a figure a week before you did doesn't mean that you're not getting yours. They're on their way.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Aren't they projected for August? I think it's not that long to wait, Mike.
Really? Is it?
I'll let you know when I get mine,
here.
Mike. I'll just rub it in your face.
Yeah, I bet you will. All right. Well, that's it. That's it. Rant over. Canadians. Damn it.
Sorry.
Round us off, Charles. What do you got for us?
All right. Well, remember Iron Factory and the Legend Scale awesome articulated figures that they make? They're back. Iron Factory has 2 new figures that are coming out very soon. The first one is EX49P, The Last Prophet. And this one is Alpha Trion. And this looks super detailed. He's got a staff with a matrix at the top in the center. And he transforms into a ship. So looks like similar to like a Scourge hovercraft. Not exactly, but similar shape. So we've had previous Alpha Trion figures, regular Hasbro Alpha Trion figures have recently been ships, and I guess lions or wolves or whatever he turned into. But yeah, so this one, I appreciate that they made him a Transformer because traditionally Alpha Trion was originally a cartoon character that didn't really have an alt mode, but was later given one in the toys. So it's nice that they're doing that. And this is a really nice articulated figure. The face does it's a little odd, like his beard and mustache, or it just looks a little weird to me. I don't know, but the articulation looks good. Looks like he's got multiple hands. He's got that cool staff. it's a nice little figure. Daryl, what do you think of this Alpha Trion?
I mean, any Alpha Trion's a good Alpha Trion. I think he doesn't get enough figures, so anytime somebody's going to make one, I'm going to be happy for that. But this is cool. I like him. This is definitely, I mean, you don't even have to say this is Iron Factory. Just by looking at it, you can kind of tell it's Iron Factory. They have their own style now, and it stands out like crazy. I don't know whether you mentioned it, but it looks like this one was retooled off of that the swoop, or not swoop, the sweeps figures that they did. So because the alt mode is definitely that same shape. So he's cool though.
Yeah,
repurposing that.
I noticed that, but I wasn't sure if that was a direct retool.
Yeah, they just kind of. I mean, being able to remake one of their pre-existing figures into something else is I find it magic. It's something that I don't think I could ever do. When a company like this pulls it off and it just looks so great, I'm inclined to be pretty happy with it. The designs, I think, it really does fit the Alpha Trion, and this might be a figure that I might get for my collection because Alpha Trion always seemed like a figure or a character that his look really kind of didn't fit in G1. He was there. He never really, I don't think he did ever transform. And he can just kind of sit in your G1 kind of Legends class collection and just be the different looking figure. If you have figures coming in from New Age or from Magic Square or from the other one now, I can't remember what they're called, but now you've got this guy here, and all the other ones all have a very similar aesthetic, but this guy here can stand out, and he will definitely stand out.
Mike, what do you think of this Alpha Trion?
He looks neat. To be honest, I am a bigger fan of the next figure you're going to be talking about.
All right, hold your horses, buddy. We'll get to it. Jeremy, what do you think of this Alpha Trion?
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of him.
Oh, okay.
The face looks like a skull to me. It doesn't look good. I'm not a fan of how the feet have a big toe thing sticking up. I don't know. It's just the colors are there, but you need a good head sculpt to me, and I think this just isn't it. I want to like it, but I just don't. I mean, the staff is cool. I like that. And then when he transforms, you can definitely tell that he was repurposed from a sweep. And I don't know. I just never liked that visible head design in the vehicle mode. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a pass for me.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you about the face, the head sculpt. That stuck out to me. But the rest of the figure was still okay for me. But yeah, I'd like to see this in hand to see how it looks in person. We don't get a really close up view of the face, but it doesn't look great. But. All right. Well, I've got a second Iron Factory figure. This one is EX47 Void Tyrant, and this is Galvatron. So Galvatron's pretty hot these days. He's got a new Kingdom figure in Hasbro, so he's seeing a bit of a resurgence. But yeah, this is a legend scaled Galvatron, looking very cool. Very well articulated, nice transformation. Also got a cool axe that comes with it in addition to his particle cannon. And the transformation looks good. The cannon mode looks good. This is a very nice figure. I really like the look of this Galvatron here. So, Mike, sounds like you are also a little bit enamored with this guy. So what do you think?
I don't know what does it for me. Maybe it's just like the color scheme. Maybe it's those big chunky like shins and feet that he's got going on. But yeah, I'm just loving the way this guy looks. I don't generally pick up a lot of like the little like legend scale stuff. I only have one other. It's the older Iron Factory Windblade figure, I think. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I also have an Iron Factory Scorponok that my wife picked me up for Christmas a couple of years back. So that's a fun figure, too. But yeah, I'm honestly considering putting in order for this guy because he does look really, really nice. Yeah, just love it. So good looking.
All right. Jeremy, what do you think of this Galvatron here?
This one I like. This looks really good. I love the name Void Tyrant from like the Dead Universe stuff. I think that's a good name. The head sculpt looks great. I mean, everything about it looks great. I love the colors and the translucent orange plastic for the cannon. So this is something that I would consider getting. It's a very nice looking figure.
All right, and Daryl, we'll end with you. What did you think of this Galvatron?
Yeah, he looks amazing. There's a lot of reference here taken from the Savage Galvatron from More Than Meets the Eye, or no, it was Robots in Disguise line.
Yeah.
Or was it Barbarian Galvatron? I can't remember what they really kind of subtitled him as.
Yeah, I think Barbarian Galvatron is, yeah.
Yeah, because he's awesome. And he looks wonderful here. Yeah, he's really awesome. I know that there was at least prototypes or even maybe a sketch made for a Make Toys version of this in Leader Class, which is I was kind of hoping to see at some point, but Make Toys seems to have died as a company. But maybe they're not dead, but they're on life support. But this is cool. This one here is really awesome. It looks really great. Can pull off some really awesome poses. Yeah, I like them a lot.
All right, well, that's all our toy topics, so we will move on to trips to the store. And this is where we show off all the awesome Transformer stuff we got this week. We do this as a video so you can see everything we got in beautiful high definition on our YouTube channel, but we'll have the audio right here in the podcast so you can keep listening as we describe everything we got in loving detail. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
All right, well, let's talk about the stuff we got this week, and we will start off with Mike.
So I don't have anything brand new this week. I'm still waiting for a whole bunch of pre-orders to drop. And once they drop, it's going to be a pretty exciting time. I'll be in the pole position, Daryl. But in the meantime, I want to show off a couple of things that completed a set that I've been working on for quite a while. And that is these little guys here. These are the Creo Combiners. But these, or the ones I'm going to show off here, are the 4 that came out towards the end of the line. And these were a pain in the butt to track down because no store had them. Didn't see them anywhere. And most online shops either sold out of them like instantly or just they never showed up in the shop at all. I eventually did find all 4 of them and actually got them like a really reasonable price too. I think it was like $40 or $50 for like all 4 of them. So that was actually pretty good. But we got, I believe this is Volcanicus. This was before the Dinobot Combiner became an official thing. We got Ice Bolt, I think, if I remember his name correctly. He's a neat looking little figure. Flame something? Flamewing?
They look cool.
Firewing. I'm sorry, Firewing. I was close.
Why does he have Worf's weapon on his head?
Yeah.
The Batleth.
Batleth, yeah.
That's actually a good point. I don't know why. Those are the things I am showing off this week. It was
What was the 4th
like
one?
Very hard to. Shit! I don't recall this guy's name.
Oh.
The tan one with the red wings, Grimstone, I think. Who knows though? The like each individual figure does actually have a name, and they do separate and turn into like individual figures. But there's almost no point to them because like why would you buy a set of like 4 individual tiny little minifigs that you have no connection to? The combined one is where it's at. So yeah. That's what I got. Those are the last 4 for it. And I do have all of the actual like Transformers ones as well. So I got like Devastator, Bruticus, Superion. They did a Piranacon as well. So they did a whole bunch. I got the the whole set, and it's one of the few little sublines that I have a full set to. So it's always cool. It's always nice.
It's funny. When we were unpacking, I had a Jazz and a Mirage unopened Creo sets, and I just gave them to my kid.
Nice. Nice.
He's like, are these Lego? I'm like, no, kind of knockoff Lego,
Kinda.
but they work with them.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I've almost completed the set. I'm missing a couple, I think, from like Wave 2 or something like that. And the BotCon like friggin' 30-pack that they put together. That's friggin' expensive. Maybe someday I'll finish it up, but not a high priority for me.
You should have just asked me. I have all those guys still, all boxed, still sealed. And
Really?
I have them all.
Nice.
They were giving them away at Toys R Us, and I grabbed a set of 4 of them, and then I just whatever I got a whole box full of fucking Creo. It's ridiculous.
Nice. Honestly, I have no desire for the actual like building set part of it, like the cars and everything. Like all I care about is just the minifigs, and yeah, that's it. So, hey, if you want to get rid of some minifigs, let me know. I will give you a list of the stuff I'm looking for. Otherwise, that is it for me until next month when I have a ton of shit.
All right, well, I will go next. I just have one thing. This was a figure that I saw a couple times in the store, but I kind of passed on it because it wasn't, I guess a core figure that I was really trying to get. But after seeing it a couple times, figure it's a cool figure, so I really should pick it up. And that is Kingdom Air Razor.
Oh.
I know Daryl and Jeremy got theirs for free, but I bought it in the store like a sucker. I didn't take it out of the package yet, so it's it does help that you're big shots. Sorry that it's still in the box, so it's not easy to see, but I didn't have a chance to open it this weekend. Air Razor is cool. I like her. This figure really evokes the 96 show model. So, very much accurate to the show. And, we've seen some clips of Kingdom, so it looks like she's going to be a part of Kingdom, the Netflix show. So look forward to that. And she's a cool figure. So that's what I got. All right, Daryl, it's your turn.
Okay, so I have one comic to show off. This is the comic we're going to review. Transformers number 32. This is the Josh Bertram cover. There's a jump stream on the cover, and then a little invisible guy. I wonder who he's. So tune into alt mode for that. And then I got a figure this week. This one here, kind of showed up on the message board saying, "Hey, it's in Canada at EB Games. Go look." I didn't pre-order it. I wasn't sure. And then when it was starting to show up, I was like, I'll just go and get it. What the hell? I got Red Alert. So
Cool.
Kingdom Red Alert is here. I have him. I haven't opened him up. I don't know whether I will.
You've already got other versions of the mold, right?
I do. I have the side swipe from Siege. That's it. That's the only other one I have.
Oh, wow.
So,
and you have Ectotron.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
It's
okay.
Essentially that mold.
Yeah. So I'm good to keep this guy. I tend to like to keep exclusive figures in their boxes and stuff like that.
You mean Gigawatt, right?
I mean Gigawatt. Sorry.
But yeah. So, and he looks really good. Very white, and it's very bright, the white on him, and then the head sculpt is really nice, and I don't know. He looks good in his box. Yeah. So I'm happy with him. He looks nice.
Jeremy, it's your turn to
I
show us off.
I gotta see what you got that you're holding down this position for.
All right, well, I got Transformers 32. I have the Dan Schoening cover here, with Jumpstream being controlled by a Voin. But I also have the RI cover by our friend Winston Chan.
Nice.
Nice.
Usually the Transformer.
Somebody got to his store on Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. But usually the RIs for Transformer books are $6, and this one was $8. So
Ooh.
I'm going to chalk it up to Winston, deserving a higher price than some of the other artists. I got this for my anniversary. My wife got me this. Really, she and my son got me the other Studio Series figures for my birthday, and they got this.
What is that?
This is the Studio Series Grimlock. And the piece of crap wheelie. This is a great figure. I immediately saw the missing teeth in the mouth, and I don't know. I'm contemplating getting that add-on kit, but really like it. My son really likes it, so it's a great figure. You can't go wrong with Grimlock, really. So that, and then kind of a last-minute decision as we were talking about that Jetfire. I have pulled this off my shelf. This is the Hinkai Classics Dark Jetfire. This was based off of Classics Jetfire from I don't know how many years ago. But this is, I don't know if you can tell, it's got the green, got the purple. So this is definitely what they did, the Shattered Glass Jetfire. He's definitely based off of this.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good figure, too. That Classics Jetfire was a really good Jetfire. Probably the best we had up until the most recent one. So I like it. And the paint apps and everything, it's just so sharp on there.
Does he have really the same helmet that the Classics one came with?
He does. I left that in the box because it's easy to come off. But yeah, it just goes on top of the head.
Yeah. That's for where helmets go.
Well, yeah, so you can make him look like the Macross figure if you want to. But since I tend to get the repaints of figures instead of the actual figures.
Awesome.
That's all I got this week.
That'll do it for this week's trips to the store.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right, we're back from our trips to the store, and we will finish up the show with convention news.
All right. Walmart has announced that they're doing another CollectorCon event. This will be July 22nd through 25th, beginning at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm not sure if that really should be Pacific Daylight Time. Whatever Pacific time is. Transformers is one of the franchises that's going to be featured. So they're going to have new reveals. So I'm sure that social media is going to go crazy when things are announced, and then bots are going to buy up all the toys. So be sure to check out the Walmart site. We'll have a link in the show notes, and hope they announce stuff and hope we can get it. So that is all we have for convention news this week.
All right, and that starts tomorrow. So when you're listening to this show on the 21st, that's tomorrow, the 22nd. So good luck, everyone. All right, well, that takes us to the end of this episode of Transmissions. As always, we end the show by giving a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatreons, which are now 3. So thank you so much to John 4X11 Good, Dinobot Maximize, and Demon Tech 82. You guys are awesome. Thank you for continuing to support the show at our highest level. We really appreciate it. And special shout out to Demon Tech 82 for his first week on the Masterpiece Donatreon list.
Welcome. I didn't get to say it before.
You are the best.
But welcome.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if you heard, Daryl. We got a new Donatreon.
I assume something big had happened because I got taken out really fast, and I did not get put back in for a while. So this is pretty awesome. I'm happy about this.
All right, and you can still buy some merchandise from our TeePublic store. That's at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And this week we do have a site-wide sale on TeePublic. That's July 21st to 25th, and everything is 35% off, which means T-shirts are $13. So if you were thinking about getting a Transmissions shirt or other Transmissions merchandise or any TeePublic merchandise, I think now's the time to do it. They've got another sale, and transmissionspodcast.com/shop will help out the show, and everything you buy there will give us a little bit of commission. So help us out. Thanks. Mike, before we go, anything you want to plug in addition to the always excellent Empire of Rust, the first and only Transformers Live Play RPG podcast?
You forgot the best Transformers Live Play podcast.
Very true. Very true.
You can follow me on Twitter at Minervian. That's Minervion. I post photography and my 3D work for work up on there. And yeah, so follow me on Twitter, and usually that's where I'll post interesting stuff.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of Transmissions. Thanks, everyone, for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Later.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. But just because this episode is over doesn't mean the Transformers fun has to stop. Join us and other Transformers fans on our Discord chat server by visiting transmissionspodcast.com/discord. If you would like to learn more about how you could support the Transmissions podcast, just visit transmissionspodcast.com/support. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Hey, I want to do that too. Let me check out.
we good?
You asshole. Hey, it works. I don't know what I'm doing.
So nothing's changed. All right, here we go.
High energy, Charles.
I'm there. I'm trying.
Here we go.
Do not listen to Daryl.
That's just good advice in general.
Daryl, we can't start the show unless you say the line.
I said it. Mike interrupted me. But I'll say it again.
I totally did.
Let's discuss Transformers.
You wouldn't mind being on the same show. That might be fine.
Well, how are we going to get them to dish on each other? I'll see myself out.
No, don't. Russian Yoshi will come in.
Don't leave the vacuum where Russian Yoshi fills it.
Listen, you're gonna have to pay me a lot more than that if you want me to come over, Daryl.
Just keep blaming Canada, buddy.
Don't encourage this, Charles. Just go.
It's Jeremy's younger brother. That's not the real Jeremy.
Yeah. This is my good counterpart.
Shattered Glass Jeremy.
That's right.
Don't violate any embargoes.
So let me tell you about Earthrise.
Have you heard about the show?
I had to be like halfway through that because my dog was like barking in his sleep really loudly.
Yeah, I do that too.
You're like chasing rabbits in your dreams.
Yep.